Hi guys, welcome to PERIDOT. One of the alleged sons of billionaire businessman, as they call him, Ned Nwoko, has appealed to Nigerians to desist from referring to him as a billionaire's son. According to Emzy, who recently graduated from the University of Port Harcourt, Nwoko is a deadbeat father and who has never provided for him. Emzy stated that he was abandoned for his mom, who has since been taking care of him. And when you look at the face of this lady here, it looks kind of looks like Ned Nwoko. And I don't know if this is the mother or one of the daughters of Ned Nwoko. And this guy looks like Ned Nwoko, and this is the young man called Emzy. Now the story is not about this young man alone, it's about this young man and also Regina Daniels, how they came at each other on Instagram. I'm going to show you all the conversation. And may I remind you, if you're just joining in, kindly take a moment to click on that red subscription button so that you can be notified whenever videos are uploaded. Here is this young man, and here is Ned Nwoko. And when you look at the face, they look kind of they look like, father and son, because the face looks kind of, the shape of their head, they have a kind of shape to their head. So according to Emzy, who recently graduated, he said his father has never taken care of him, and that they should never refer to him as billionaire son, but they should refer to him as Emzy. He said, "My father's wealth is not my wealth. My mom has always brought me up to be an independent gentleman. I also for my own money since he has abandoned us right from when I was a kid, and only God has been my helper. I have never experienced this fatherly love since I was born. My mom had to suffer and grind, probably pepper or meals or stuff like that, just to make sure I go to school, and so I don't starve. That is why I had to take a pause on my musical career, and I am now a graduate of the University of Port Harcourt, and I dedicate my certificate to my mom." That's deep. That's deep. And here is a picture of this young man, actually with his graduation gown, and he also I think this woman here looks kind of like Ned Nwoko, the head, but then I don't know if this is the mom anyway, so I am not actually sure of this. But guys, if you know them better, you can drop your comment in the section below. Here the young man writes, "I got to tell you all this so you can address me as Emzy, not as billionaire's son. My father's wealth is not my wealth. My mom has always brought me up to be an independent gentleman. I also for my own money since he abandoned us from when I was a kid, and only God has been my helper. I have never experienced this fatherly love since I was born." Wow, that's deep. That's deep. Do you guys think that Ned Nwoko is actually doing something that is not proper? But well, I'm not here to judge him. He owns his money. These kids are his offspring. Whatever he chooses to do to them, that is his own business. But I am just looking at it like without any form of sentiment. I'm looking at these things objectively without any form of sentiment attached to this. Do you think the man should focus on taking care of some of these young guys, children that he has, rather than acquiring more women? I mean, he can acquire more women. He has a lot of money anyway. That is his business. But then what about these kids that are actually complaining out there that their father is not actually doing anything to kind of take care of them? He said his mama to suffer, to grind, just to take them and take care of them, send him to school, university, and that's pathetic anyway. And this is the story. Actually, this is the story. I just wanted to build up a background to what I'm going to say, so you can understand where the young man is coming from and what is actually happening. It's actually about this bra boss. It's about this bra boss that this young lady claimed to be her own, or she took pictures with. Of course, we've seen her drive some exotic cars all over Abuja and Delta States and wherever she is. And this is a young girl that her father claims she's 18 and she claims she's 20 something. Whatever, that's not the problem. Let's see the Instagram chat that led to all of this. Here he writes, "Emzy official, when I said I'm a king, you think I'm kidding. Even his latest queen is stalked in my DM based on soft." Now he's referring to this young lady that has just become the queen of Ned Nwoko. As you can see, he's actually flaunting her everywhere he goes to. Now I go further. This is Regina Daniels' official Instagram handle, as you can see, certified. So it means that the young guy in question should also be Ned Nwoko's son. Yeah, he writes, she writes, "Hey Emzy, or whatever you call your ugly self, And I beg, oh God, nobody's misleading and using your dad like you said. Everything he's doing for me and my family, he is doing it out of love. Before he came in limelight, I was living fine. Okay, so please mind what you say to the public. Wow, that's deep. That's so deep. If he's calling this young man ugly, this young guy ugly, I think the face of this guy is the same as this. I think Ned looked like this young man when he was young also. And if this guy is ugly now as a young guy, come on, that means Ned Nwoko should be more uglier. And I think his pocket is very handsome anyway. So let me clarify that part of it. So she went further saying that the father is doing this out of love, and the father was nobody. I mean, not nobody financially. I mean, from what she wrote, he said before he came in limelight, meaning no one knows Ned Nwoko. Probably know him in his village, even though he said he is a politician. He was a politician, or whatever he is. So he said, I was fine and okay. And the response is, wow, Madam Gina, ask yourself this question. Without my dad, will you ever in your entire life own a bra bus? Wow, that's deep. This is a very expensive automobile. As you can see, very clean, very, very expensive. And I think there is a white one opposite this. So this man has a lot of money. I mean, there's so much in his pocket. All the money from this oil and a lot of stuffs that you can actually get from the Niger Delta area, since it's from Delta state. And the response is kind of deep here. He said, oh, own a bra boss, just enjoy it while it lasts. But last, I own them all. I didn't mention your name on my post though. Maybe it's your conscience. Bye. Greet dad and everybody at home. Don't hurt feelings. So when you look at this makes you see where this young man is coming from. He feels that he's entitled to all of this, and for sure he's entitled to his father's property, but unfortunately something had gone wrong with his own mom and the father, and it has affected them as imagine what this guy had to go through. When the father has so much money that he can actually marry different women, flaunt the money, buy cars for actress, and just spray this money wherever he wants. Of course he's actually doing stuffs with these women anyway, and that is his own personal business. That's how he chose to live his own life. But here this young man is actually saying he owns them all. Now, in my own personal opinion, I don't think he should wait for his father to die before he will own all of this thing last. That is my own opinion. I think he should make peace with his father. If your mom and your father have issues between themselves and they are no longer together, whatever your mom has told you at this point, you have to stand up as a young man. If you're listening to this, and I believe you will hear this, you just go back to your father, speak to your father. You're a man. Apple does not fall far from the tree. You look like him. You have some stuffs that is inside of him too, transferred by genes. So go to him, speak to him. It doesn't matter whatever he says. Even if he says he doesn't want to see you, it doesn't matter. Go to him, speak to him. Whatever you have to do, just do stuff and handle the business. Get into that bra boss. Don't allow just one woman somewhere come into your father's life and they begin to drive all the bra boss, enjoy the Range Rover, enjoy all the exotic cars, feel good. That's your father. Don't wait for him to die and think you're going to own anything. Anything can happen before then. So young man, make peace with your father, make this official, take pictures with him, be at peace with him, enjoy that wealth now. That is my own advice to this young man. And let me go further with the conversation. Here he writes, Regina Daniels, please be careful with me. I am 100% dangerous. That's what he's writing here. Please be careful with me. I'm dangerous, 100%. Misleading or no misleading, that's normal business. Using or no using, I don't care. Everyone has their own life to live, so mine shouldn't be your own problem. I didn't mention name on my post, so be careful on how you react. We are all grown up. Just know I got no issues with you and your family. I don't wish you bad or hate you, nor jealous because of material things. I have always loved and admired you even before my father came into your life. I will always wish you well and support you in any way I can. You're still my favorite. I may be ugly, but I am still in love with you. Theme Emzy, no doubt Emzy based on soft. Now you can see that this young man he actually cautioned himself that wow, I don't think this is the best route to take if I'm going to make peace with my father, or if I'm going to because as a young man he will want to drive and enjoy himself. He will want to make himself feel comfortable. Imagine your father has wealth and this man has so much money. You know where he lives. and is flaunting different women, that's not a problem. Be smart. Don't listen to what your mom is saying alone, because your mom is going to stay, of course she might be telling the truth, but she's going to say stuff that kind of, resonate with our own thoughts, feelings and emotions or whatever thing. So it is now left for you to be an umpire. Go to your father, speak to him. You don't care about whatever has happened between both of them, but you are here as a son, as a child. Dad, what do you want me to do? You can actually become one of the managers of one of his big businesses that he owns, and you can also enjoy driving the same Brabus rather than coming online and calling out a lady, since you know your father has his own choice and he probably found a way to get his funds that he's actually throwing out there. So why don't you as a young man stop going online and calling one woman out, one lady out? Yeah, I see what you wrote here, and if you actually wrote this stuff, I can understand what you're feeling. You're already warning him that you are dangerous, so there is anger inside of you, but then you actually find a way to kind of suppress this anger with the rest of the stuff you wrote. For me, I understand that we live in a social media world now, but why don't you go to your father instead and apply more wisdom to it? Get into that Brabus. Be in control of your father's wealth. Be in charge. Make peace. That is my own advice. Notwithstanding whatever it is, even if your father has threatened to arrest you, let him arrest you. If there is a stupid police out there that will actually respond to your father and arrest you for not committing a crime, but just by coming to your father's house, be arrested. It doesn't matter. Come out, go back to the same house. You will know that yes, you have arrived. Come on, guys, what do you guys think? Drop your comment in the section below. How can your father have so much money and you are there saying you are going to shine somewhere? That your father, you are fooling yourself. You are fooling yourself. Whatever money you want to make in your life is good for you, but this man has made a lot of money. He doesn't know how to spend. He is spreading this money. Go there, get yours. That's my own advice. Even though you're a graduate, you're going to make money, but make sure you get that money so that your mom can also at least take a drop from you for at least bringing you to this life, for meeting your father. Do you understand what I mean? So that's my own advice to you, Mr. Emzy official, if that is you, the son of Ned Nwoko. And yeah, I will show you again where he writes his stuff. Now he said, and now I'm a graduate of the University of Port Harcourt. I dedicate my certificate to my mom. Thanks for always being there when everyone left. Thanks, mom, for you never gave up on me. I finally made you proud. I can now gladly get back to my music, and I'm fully ready to unleash the star in me. My candid advice to all fathers out there: never you abandon your child simply because you don't want their mom anymore, for you don't know what the future holds. By Monday 20th May 2019, we'll tell if I will still bear your name anymore. Now I'm going to advise you, young man, do not take off that surname from you because you think he has not taken care of you. That's a huge mistake. That's a huge mistake. Keep that name. You cannot like cut off your neck and say I don't want to look like him any longer. Keep that surname. What you should do, since you have this kind of advice to fathers, it means you're smart. You're a smart young man, but you're not handling. You lack strategy. So yeah, he's a man that has also made mistakes in his life, or probably is going to make more mistakes in his life. He's a young person just like you, making mistakes also now. So there are a lot of challenges between male and female, men and women, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. There are a lot of complexity. So we are not going to go into what happened between your father and your mom or whatever thing. That's not my own business. That's their own business. But for you as a young man, my advice to you from the depth of my heart is for you to go down to your father, make peace with your father, go get that Brabus, go get that Range Rover, go in there, speak to your pa. That's your father. Speak to him. Talk to him. He will definitely listen. It doesn't matter whatever he thinks about you. Keep on strong. And the effort you're using to write all stuff on the internet that you're going to release your music, you're going to unleash your star there, yeah, that's good. But then this stardom that you want to achieve can be easier. Just like the women that come into his life, you see, he's going to pump money into their life here and there, and they're going to be shining more, at least in his own light, in his own money. They're going to shine. So guy, go down to your father, speak to him, make peace with him, and get hold of that seat. Position yourself so that the rest of your siblings or your elder ones, if you have one, or your mom, can actually enjoy a little bit from you. That is my own advice to you. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to take it, but then I hope you take this. And guys out there, if you think you have a better advice, or you are thinking differently from what I'm saying, you can drop your comment in the section below. And may I remind you once again to kindly subscribe. Click on that red notification icon bell also, so you can be notified whenever videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by once again.